Now, that's a really interesting video. Not only is it talking about the economic move and how it impacted the economy, but they started to get into the value of a realtor, right? And we actually talked about this on my radio show this week. I had Tim Scoglin, who's our real estate elite out of North County, come in and really shed some light on this. We got him here today. Tim, good to have you back in the studio here.
Good to see you, Craig.
So let's, Kyle touched up on this. East County specialist would like to get your opinion as well. As someone who does really high volume, well-respected, been in the business for 19 years, you hear this about Zillow and Trulia. What are your thoughts about just the organizations?
Yeah, well, I think from one standpoint, they have to do something to try to match what Realtor.com has done. So I think their merger will help them to go into the marketplace and do something that's more powerful.
Is Realtor.com more powerful than Zillow? I mean, from the industry standpoint, would you consider it?
In my opinion, I think longevity, and I think what you see them do is a higher level than what Zillow and Trulia have been able to do individually.
Got it. Well, now they're combining forces, so Realtor.com's got to be a little bit nervous about that. But
yeah, and we talked a little bit about that Zestimate and kind of what that does, and really needing a human element to help us with our appraisals and valuations. And that's one thing I think has been a little bit of ill-received in the industry.
You know what I think is really interesting around this, and we talked about this on the radio show this past Tuesday, is that there's, I'll just go right back in it. There's 17,000 real estate licenses, right? We were just talking with Jason Hall about the NMLS mortgage license. The mortgage industry got really, really tough after the housing crash.
It sure did.
Real estate, the licensing didn't get that much more difficult. People weren't really held accountable. And you still have all of these realtors claiming to be licensed experts. And as you know, there's a lot of them aren't. I think there needs to be a sift there, right? So I think 50% of them probably shouldn't be in the industry when you talk about someone's biggest investment. But I don't want that to be mistaken to not explain the value of a great realtor like the ones like you that we have on the show. And when we hear things about commission rates and things like that, there'll never be a point in time where that human element isn't important. Explain what you're saying about the appraisal process to illustrate this point from the show this week.
Sure. Having a human being going into a home to interpret lot size, sun angles, view angles, views, interior upgrades. It takes an individual to go through the house and really understand what that property has and why it's worth more or less than the property down the street. In addition, appraisers are always calling us and saying, hey, looks like you've done a few sales in this neighborhood recently. Explain how the transaction unfolded. So I think that human element's very important. Talking and touching upon the commission issue, if you look at National Association of Realtor numbers, for sale by owners sell for 19% less than a trade that's done with a real estate broker. So
good takeaway.
When we're 5-6% to sell a property total, we're still netting 13% more than you would working on your own. So I think there's intrinsic value in having an expert, having that book of other preferred vendors and people to support the trade.
Well, let's look at your niche market, North County. A lot happening up there. You're really well niched. We actually got some market bullets. I wanted you to really kind of explain what we're looking at here.
Sure. So, from the standpoint of new construction is now 5.8% or 5.8 months of inventory, where resale is 5.5 months. I think
it's a little bit larger than other parts of San Diego.
It is. I think we're hitting a little bit of a plateau right now where certainly affordability in 2011 when we kind of hit our low. I say November of 11 was kind of our low in my micro markets.
Sure.
We've seen a real surge in appreciation over the 2.5-year period. And now, a new home doesn't just require moving in and placing your furniture. You've got yard to contend with and to build out. You've got upgrades, you've got appliances, window coverings, a lot of things that you may get with the resale property.
Yep, so all housing markets are local. That's an expression I think a lot of people have heard. But that also means that as you get into individual neighborhoods, you can see some variances there. And this is why when people go online and ask us about who they should choose for realtor, I always say, who's the expert in your specific market?
Right.
You and your wife are two of the best in San Diego and North County. But you guys have sold 312 homes in Stonecrest. I want to take a quick look at a video of Stonecrest here if we could.
Just minutes from downtown San Diego, Stonecrest Village is a beautiful 318-acre community located just off the 15 freeway at Arrow Drive. With tree-lined streets, beautiful walking trails, resort-style amenities like a junior Olympic-sized pool, tennis courts, fitness center, and much more, Stonecrest Village is the place to be.
The great thing about our floor plans is we offer everything from townhouses to larger homes. and a product line that really spans and attracts a whole different group of people.
With 6 subdivisions and 24 different floor plans, ranging from 1,100 to 2,900 square feet, Stonecrest Village has you covered.
So we're in Saratoga. Saratoga is our only attached townhouse project. There's 5 floor plans, so come on in and take a look. Smallest house in the neighborhood is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So we range from about 1,100 square feet to about 1,400 square feet. The larger townhouse, the Plan 5, offers a backyard.
So it's very micro. You guys are crushing that market, 312 sales in there, North County. How important are those videos to marketing properties in this world? We're just talking about online, Zillow, Trulia, and now you got social medias, YouTube, all that stuff. So how important is that?
I think it's really important. I mean, people are looking for another way to get to know the neighborhood, to understand what it offers. And when you're an expert in that community, to be able to get in front of a camera and show people, tour them through amenities, lifestyle, why people want to live there, I think it's really important.
Yep.
So,
Tim, great information today.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in here. You can find Tim at ScoglinRealEstate.com. You hear him on my radio show all the time here on The American Dream. North County expert. If you're up there, good guy to connect with.